Some stories begin with a dream, others begin with pain. For Elizabeth Oladepo, her story began in 2018 when a 6-month-old daughter, Ibukunlua, fell dangerously ill after eating amala made from contaminated flour bought from an open market. As a first-time mother, it was terrifying, and it revealed a problem that most people overlook: food safety. That experience gave birth to a mission. In February 2019, Elizabeth founded O7Foods with one bold goal: to make safe, hygienic, and high-quality food accessible to every Nigerian home. Today, O7Foods stands as one of Nigeria's finest producers of hygienically processed yam flour and unripe plantain flour, setting new standards for food safety, packaging, and trust. But this is bigger than business. It's about a woman who turned fear into purpose and built a brand that's transforming lives one meal at a time. In this episode of A Day in the Life series, we explore Elizabeth's journey, the risk, the vision, and the purpose behind Nigeria's rising food innovation brand. This is more than food. This is faith, motherhood, and entrepreneurship, served fresh from the heart of O7Foods. Brought to you by the A Day in the Life series podcast. Stay tuned.
If you own an African store abroad and you're looking for a trusted brand that you can outsource your production, processing.
Hello. Look who I've got here today. We've got Elizabeth. I used to know you as Elizabeth Owe, but now we've got Elizabeth Oladepo, the founder of O7Foods. How are you doing, by the way?
Very well, thank you. How are you too?
I'm very well. I'm really proud of you. I mean, I knew you about 2018, 2016.
Yeah.
2016, and that's about 9 years ago. I'm happy to see how you've transitioned from just being a 9-to-5 worker in a digital marketing firm to becoming the founder of a food production company. Please give her a round of applause. I'll insert it somewhere around here. Welcome once again, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
Yeah, so without wasting much time, do you want to just tell us about your business, what you do, and how it all started?
Yes, thank you for that. Thank you for the warm welcome. My company, 07Foods, a health-focused food processing company in Lagos. And what we do is we produce our Nigerian staples from farmers like yam, plantains, cassava, and maize. And we process ready-to-cook food and ready-to-eat snacks. So if you go to a supermarket like Jendol Just Right, you find our yam flour, our unripe plantain flour, oat flour, and our crunchy gramas kokoro snacks. And the funny thing was, I started my business while I was still working 9-to-5. So my daughter had poisoning. I had an 8-month-old then. She had food poisoning from contaminated produce I got from the open market. So this was what fueled my drive to do research on this crop, and then processing, and I sold just one product for 3 years before launching and expanding into other products.
Wow. That's a very unique story. To think that you said the experience food poisoning with your daughter, and then that propelled you to want to make your own food, and that's a very solid basis, But did you have anything to do with agriculture before then?
I did not. Funny enough, I studied business administration and management in school, right? I had zero. I'm a businesswoman. Trust me. But
okay.
I had to do my master's in agribusiness management, sort of to get more idea. But over the years,
after you started your business.
After I started my business, literally this year, I'm graduating in November. So.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Wow, well done.
As I've had trainings, I have worked with people in the agro space. I have learned from them, partnered with them. I've opened my eyes to see opportunities, where they exist and all of that. So yeah.
That's very beautiful, Elizabeth. So today, the reason why we're having this conversation is because not everybody has the courage to get into entrepreneurship like you have gotten into entrepreneurship. And we all know, if maybe if we're not all in denial, that it gives you more flexibility in your life. It helps you be in control of your time. You are the one employing people. If you stretch your potential further, you can make more profit out of your business depending on how you run it. So I believe that it requires a lot of courage and a lot of ability to a threshold for risk. So I just want to just glean from your experience. How did you raise capital to start this business? And what gave you the confidence that this money will bring back profit for me? You know, you could have as well used that money to flex somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
All right. So tell us what gave you the courage to how did you source your capital and what gave you the courage to invest?
Well, my capital was from my salary of my 9 to 5. So at the point where I started processing the yam flour, I did not initially start selling. I took the products to my office and people would be like, "Oh, Elizabeth, this elubo that you brought for us, can you get me some more?" I became that. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, guys, just open my eyes. Yam flour. What if I package it and I brought it to you? Would you buy? And they said yes. The amazing thing was I had one of my boss, Suleiman. He was the one that was always ordering. He had family in diaspora. I would buy and ship to them. And because he understood the great quality that product was and is, he always bought from us. And that encouraged me to want to do more. Once I receive a lot, there's this kind of little joy dance.
Oh my God, I can imagine.
So I am my own organ now. But I got to a point not manage the stress and I had to resign. Focus on family and business. And I tell you, it was not easy. I did not first think, I was not thinking of how this money was going to come back. I first was thinking, how am I going to even make this business work? I was not thinking money first. I was like, how is this business going to work? How do I want to sustain myself? What is my own plan? Before anything, money. But of course, my initial investment was my personal fund. And then along the line, I started getting grant opportunities. I got assets financing. The generator currently was a grant by an organization. We had our first 250K grants. We bought our stealing machine. You know, my husband started along the way. So these are ways that I was able to manage myself during the first start of my business. But subsequently, I've been able to plow back the profit from the business to grow the business.
You're right, which is very impressive, you know. Thanks for sharing all of that. To think that you've grown from just using your salary to even being able to source funding, and I know for you to be able to source funding from external sources, it means that they've trusted your product, and you're actually producing something really good, right? So, which is impressive. But what would you say is I know you mentioned a few products that you produce. What would you say is your most favorite out of all of them? Should I say most favorite or the fastest selling or the one you think is your make?
Cash cow. This is it. Our constant. So because the fastest and our cash cow, we put in more investment in ensuring that the packaging, everything is like export standard. And currently, this product you see is in 6 countries. We have sold over 200,000 units, and we launched it 3-4 years into the business. I didn't launch it from the start. I launched it literally 2-3 years ago, and it's doing so well. So so this is our favorite and our cash cow. Of course, my first product that I launched is still my baby, but this is what we are more focused on right now.
I can imagine. Wait, it should be in the UK then. That product should be in the UK.
Yeah.
I need to locate it. So if I'm going to go into an African store now and to search for it, what I should be asking for? What corn sticks?
You won't find it in all African stores. We are currently doing partnership with people that own African food brands that own brands out there. So you can find it. We have a few of them. We have PM. We have there's someone now Plenum. So people that actually migrated to the UK and they are in the food business, we partner with them. And currently we are at 400 this week to the UK. So of course I'll send you that details where you get it.
Okay. Wow. Elizabeth, man, I'm getting more excited about this now. Now let's hardly talk about. I mean, would you categorize a business as an SME or say What's the next level after SME now?
MSME.
The small or more large scale. Would you say you're falling down on SME for now?
I'm still on that MSME.
What is that?
SME. Let government not come and look for me. I'm still on that MSME.
Okay. Very funny. But then my point is, how do you account for your, when SMEs don't do much of bookkeeping, how do you undo your bookkeeping for your business?
I see myself as a very disciplined person. I mean, right from when we were working together, I have always ensured that I did the right thing, even if it had to take me crying at work or whatever it was. So I bring that same positive attitude and discipline to my business. I don't see my business as I'm the founder, I should lag behind. No, I have investors here. Does not mean people that are sponsoring me. I have customers that look up to me. I have people, I have staff, I have family. So for my bookkeeping, it's not negotiable. Right now, the whole system, and I invest in my business. So we're using a paid system, not a free system. I'm able to track. I'm able to do my inventory. I'm able to monitor the overall part of my business. Of course, I am business, and we run on lean management system, right? That does not mean that I remove or avoid certain things. So while we do our accounting, we still pay an auditor by the end of the year to do an entire review of our account. We pay taxes every month. We file, so we know the right things to do, and we ensure to just do it without thinking this is too heavy for us. Even if you're a one-man business, you can start anywhere. You can start from an Excel booklet, but ensure that every inflow is recorded, every outflow is recorded. I mean, I don't know if it is that easy, but for me, I would say it's that easy.
Interesting. So apparently, you say you use a paid platform for your bookkeeping, and all that. Okay, let's not mention their names now because you give them free adverts. They need to come and advertise. Anyways, so in terms of expansion, what are you looking forward to? Or before we even go into that, let's talk about recruitment and managing of people and all that stuff. How are you? Do you have people that work under you, and how do you manage your staff?
I have 6 full-time staff that work with me, and I think I lead from the point of empathy. I lead from a place of empathy, and I put the human first before every other thing. So it's not rigid. If it's not so hard. If we're doing production, we're doing production. If you're meant to be here, you know you're meant to be here. And have our Monday meetings. But there are sometimes that I may see things that I don't really like and I want to flare up. And literally yesterday, and then I called my staff. I'm like, you guys did A, B, C, D. I don't like it. They're like, we are sorry. I don't want sorry. I want changes. So I am open about what I want. I'm open about what I do not. But I don't come off rude or disrespect any of my staff members. They are as I am, and they're as important as any component of my business.
Interesting. That's beautiful. I mean, everybody wants to work in an environment where it's not toxic, which is good. So I was going to talk about the expansion now. You say you are an MSME, even though now that you're already exporting to about 6 countries. What's your long-term vision for a business? Are you looking to just just give us what's the long-term vision for O7Foods, by the way?
So for my company, I'm looking to build a transgenerational business, a business that lives beyond me, beyond my children, a business that can stand on its own, to be the like Lever, MTN, and all of that, right? So for our first, when you say long term is relative, but for the next 5 years, we're looking at putting our brand in the EU market. We're looking at then we're also looking at more UK, US. So what we do right now, indirect export, we're looking at direct export. We're looking to place our brand as that face for recognition when it comes to Nigerian food, Nigerian local snack, Nigerian delicacy, something that reminds you of home. So when you think of 07 Foods, even if you're in the diaspora, you think of, my lovely home back in Nigeria, or even in Ghana, because it's a Ghanaians also take. So you can see that we have an expanse of market. We have Indians that have tried it. We have Germans that have tried, have Chinese that have tried this. So we're trying to expand our reach globally while positioning Nigeria on the global map.
That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now let's talk about challenges now. I believe that every business has this form of challenge. What would you say is the challenge of the nature of your business?
That would be logistics, double taxation, the whole wahala of market instability. So now we bought bags of rice for about 65,000, and then today we hear that the rice is now 59,000. How do you want to sell? So there's a lot of market instability right now, and then there's also loss of economic power. So people who are able to purchase something of 5k before cannot buy it anymore, and then you have to start looking for line of cost or a new market segment. And logistics is like a heck of another trouble itself. From bringing your goods from the village to Lagos, you have to pay every point, you have to pay revenue, internally generated IGRs that they cannot account for. There's a whole lot of nonsense happening, and everybody thinks it's normal. So they've made some things that are not normal seem to be the norm, and it's really affecting us. Well, at the end of the day, the entire pricing goes to the customer, or becomes too expensive. You're not able to compete in the market. So these are just little issues that are facing. So we're not still going to deny the fact that the government is trying in terms of putting up infrastructure. We have lights. I won't deny that fact, and a few other things. Yeah, but still, it's like this. It's just
okay. What about competition? Do you find the competition a challenge to the nature of your business?
Competition is a challenge for everyone, just how you see it. So we try to find the blue ocean in every space we take in, right? So I don't see it as, these people are the worst things that happen to me. I see it as these people are the things that will ginger me to want to do better. So I see another brand doing so much better. I'm like, how are they doing this? I need to up my game. I need to want to be better. I don't look at it from the point of, they're going to kill my business, because they cannot even serve everybody. Only me cannot serve the whole Nigeria. So we need competition to also put our asses up. I'm sorry for that word. To put ourselves up on the line. To be driven. We need this. We need to see these people do stuff to also push ourselves to want to be better. So I think it's a good thing to have competition in every.
I see that. Now, the nature of your business is agriculture. It is agriculture, and we know the nature of agriculture as a business can be very volatile, right? Do you have farm? Do you have farms? And if so, how do you manage the volatility of running a farm or an agricultural business? And would you also encourage them? My question is a lot in one. So the question of, do you have farms? How do you manage volatility? Also, would you encourage people to go into agriculture as an industry in Nigeria?
Yes, I'll start from your last question. Of course, I would encourage people to come into agriculture as like an industry and find their niche. So there's a lot of opportunities in agriculture, from poultry to piggery to processing, everything. There's a lot of opportunity. You just need to find your space and work in it. I do not have a farm because we are not looking at that integration. Our company believes in collaborating with smallholder farmers, impact the lives of these farmers. Because at the end of the day, if I have the farm, I'm doing the processing, I can't do everything at the same time. We need these people to provide these things. We also need to provide them the market access and the support. And the way we can do it is of taking produce from them. So while I don't have a farm, I have partners that we work with in Oyo State that we uptake from them, ensuring that their availability is a lot better. They get market access through us, and they're able to send their kids without thinking or worrying about anything. So it just works that way for us than us owning our farms. Maybe in the next 10, 20 years, we may direct in partnership with these people, but right now we don't own farms or manage farms. We only process.
Okay, interesting. Now, looking at the supply chain now of your business, you are probably in the the manufacturing phase and the called manufacturing, the production phase of this of the chain, and then this marketing. Now, if an investor wants to come into this line of business, what aspect of it would you? He has a lot of money and capital to go into it. Would you be advising them to go into the farming side of it so that they can supply more raw materials for your business? What aspect of the business would you say is requiring a lot of investors?
For my own personal business, I don't think I would say go into farming. However, there are other businesses in the same agri space that require a lot of farming. For example, yam seedlings, so a particular type of yams for exports. There's a lot of opportunities, like billions of opportunities in that space for yam seedlings and all of that.
Yeah.
But for one space, I would say processing and marketing. So a lot of products are going out for export. So you have a lot of requirements, HS code, export requirements. So if an investor is able to tap into that market and be a major export of ABC kinds of products, they're going to make their money fast. Agribusiness is cool cash if you have the money, if you have the resilience to push through, because you wake up today, there's a new policy on something. So you need to be truly grounded and strong to be able to get your money back.
Interesting. You said yam seedlings is a good opportunity. Like what are yam seedlings used for?
When they want to make yams, there's a particular types of yams that they require for export. So you can go to IITA, buy a few seedlings from them, and then you have to reproduce those seedlings. So you can be the one reproducing seedlings and sell to seed companies that will sell to farmers, or you sell to farmers directly that want to plant yams. Yeah, so the yam seedlings.
I see. I get it now. Let's, as a way to round off now, I want you to tell us. Somebody wants to start a business, probably in diaspora or in Nigeria, wherever it may be, and he's like, "Oh, I've got certain capital. Should I just buy off somebody's business that is doing really well and the person is willing to sell, or should I just try and start from the scratch?" From your perspective as an entrepreneur, what would be your advice to that person?
The person has to do a lot of research to be able to weigh both options. The reason I say this is this: there might be a lot of business that looks like they're doing very well in the outlook, but if you go in their rooms and look at how the business is performing, it's not so well. It's the opposite of what you see. So don't look at things from the out. You need to do deep research, and then you also need to look at, does this person values align with yours? You don't want to do business with someone that started with the fraudster money. You don't want to do, there are a lot of, personally, these are things that I would consider. And then starting from scratch, where am I starting from? How do I want to even sell? What markets should I be looking at? Do I really want to export these things? Can I not partner with someone already doing it? There are a lot of things to consider, not necessarily starting or even buying off. Buying off might be an amazing idea. If you're looking to retain the workers, the person can contribute. There's a lot of back and forth in the entire thing, if you ask me about this. But I think I would advise, if the person has a lot of money and the person is a brand that wants to sell, and the brand has retained the goodwill, it has all the papers in check, the valuation, everything is intact, you can buy off that business and then do crazy marketing and push out and quickly, sell and all of that. Or if you want to start from scratch, you start with what is required in that export market. And how you can know this is in through trade journals, checking through the export, what HS code of this export products. How do I need to move this thing? What's required of this thing? What's the high volume export of this? What country imports this the most? Where do I want to? So there's a lot of export research to be done. So these are the things we want to ensure that they are in place before making a decision of whether to buy a company or whether to start an export business.
Interesting. So before I allow you to advertise your business, because you need to advertise your business on this show. What's the question now? Is your business looking for investors at the moment? And if so, do you have any structure around that?
So we're looking for investors, but this will be in the next 3 to 4 years. We want to ensure that all the structure we are putting in place is solid before we start accepting investors. So of course we are putting in structures now. All our financials are intact. Our auditor documents from 2022 is intact. We just want to ensure that every other structure that needs to be in place is in place before we start.
What about regulatory compliance?
We have ADAC, we have SON. We're working on our MPA for export. That's why I say we do indirect export right now. But we have our NADAC, we have our SON. We are good to go.
Nice. That's great. Whoa, sounds like a very good one. Please advertise away, please. Let's know what you're selling. I'm getting hungry now.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm the founder of 07Foods, and 07Food is that plug you need if you're in diaspora and you're looking to start a food business abroad, but you do not have all the machineries or the support. We can help you. We've worked with over 10,000 families. Yes, 10,000 families to provide them not only food items, but also help them package food items for sales in the diaspora. So if you have your own farm partner here, you can send us your produce. We process them for you in all the sizes you would want, and we ship them to your doorstep for you to sell and make good dollars or pounds or euros, And so reach out to us at 07Foods on Instagram. Our hotline is 09014451337.
Once we go on O7Foods, we can reach out to you, right? With phone number and everything.
Number 07 and then food. Once you go there, you find us there.
All right. Thank you very much, Elizabeth, for your time. Thank you so much for sparing. I know you're a busy person as an entrepreneur, but sparing these few minutes to share with us your knowledge and experience. We believe that this is going to be useful to many people out there who are looking to start. They'll be able to draw in from your courage as a Nigerian woman who is taking the lead on things like this. And we hope that in the next few years, we'll come again do something bigger, because by then you're probably marketing to over 200 countries, right?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm super grateful to be here. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.